Learning is the only thing that the mind never exhausts, never fears, never regrets. Leonardo da Vinci. We all unconsciously love learning, and with the internet at our disposal, you've probably learned a lot on YouTube over the years. How to get the best grades, how to play the piano, how to ask my crush out. Learning is something that we must do as a student to pass the test to get the grades that we need. But it's also something that everyone loves when we're given freedom to do it. The craving for knowledge is something that humans have always had, and that's why we develop. As Howard Gardner once said, if you think education is expensive, try estimating the cost of ignorance. Just because you don't enjoy learning, it doesn't mean that you don't like learning. Because the thing is, you might be learning wrong. Without learning how to learn, you're going to waste so much time, energy, your health, just because you neglected the aspect of learning itself. Abraham Lincoln said that if he had the task of cutting down a tree, he'd spend 90% of the time sharpening his axe. And just like him sharpening his axe, you need to sharpen your skill of learning to be able to learn effectively, right? So whether it's the textbook you need to learn for your test, piano for your exam, or just learning how to talk to girls so that you can finally experience some love. Aww. So here's how to unlock your entire brain for students and how to ultra learn. Principle 1. Learn how to learn, or what Young calls meta-learning. To determine this, you can ask yourself 3 questions. Number 1. What is my learning goal? Why have I chosen this? Number 2. What do I need to do to achieve this goal? And number 3. What strategies have other people used to learn this? And going back to the first question, why is this my learning goal? You need to figure out what your motivation is. Motivation will generally be external or internal. External is wanting an extrinsic result, the A in the test, the applause from the audience, the dates with the girl. Whereas internal is personal enjoyment. Learning because you genuinely find maths fascinating and you just want to know more. You play the piano for your personal enjoyment, or you try and find real love. And for most people, their goals will be extrinsic, and that's perfectly fine, because who actually learns maths because they find maths beautiful? But the important thing is to write down your goal and internalize it, because motivation can keep you going, especially when you don't feel like doing the work. You don't feel like studying, but you think about getting that A in that test paper and making your parents proud. You don't feel like practicing piano, but then you imagine your friend snatching the trophy away. You don't feel like learning how to attract people, but then you imagine someone else going out with the girl that you always wanted. And this is going to get you out of bed on those days that you don't feel like doing anything. And the second thing, what do I need to achieve this learning goal? You have to break down your topic into information, where you simply need to memorize, ideas, what you need to understand at a deeper level than facts, and processes, what you need to practice to understand, and list everything relevant to learn in each category. Use this information to identify critical areas of focus for your learning. People just delve in thinking that all the information is the same, but that would be really inefficient. You could just memorize all the notes for a piano piece, but you need to practice your scales and understand the idea of harmony for the piece to understand how everything fits together. And the third thing, what strategies have other people used to learn this? Now you know your information, idea, and processes, all relevant to your chosen skill. You can now come up with a plan to learn them. Young advises that you find people who've already mastered that skill and you pattern your strategies after the methods that have worked for them, because there's already hundreds of people who've already done it before you. So for studying, that's watching my videos or anyone else whom you relate with and is better than you at the skill of studying. For piano, that's researching how the performer you like practices the best, etc. And for that topic test, it's watching walkthroughs on YouTube or just sometimes listening to your teacher more intently, because they'll undoubtedly introduce you to new concepts. Some of what I said might seem daunting, but if you want a fun, free, and interactive way to learn, I recommend that you try Brilliant. Learning computer science and maths has always seemed like a boring task to me, just code in textbooks, but I use Brilliant and you can learn the information, ideas, and processes all at once like I talked about, as well as making it fun, as you can see how everything works with interactive activities. Brilliant helps you to reach your goals without it being daunting. Just look at this computer science course. I especially love the simulation so that I can actually see what's happening. And so whether you're a beginner or advanced, you can get started for free for 30 days and the first 200 people to sign up with my link, brilliant.org/jspark, get 20% off the annual plan. And the second principle is to develop concentration skills and successful learning habits. You should confront these main 3 obstacles to focus on: procrastination, distraction, and poor optimization. Procrastinating is knowing that you have something you need to do, but avoiding it and doing something else instead, like scrolling on your phone, watching YouTube, watching that new K-drama. Young says that you can overcome procrastination by using deliberate methods for resisting the impulse, like setting the timer, pushing yourself to work until that point, and then steadily increasing that time. This urge to procrastinate may actually stem from a lack of willpower, and in the Willpower Instinct, Kelly McGonigal writes that you can prevent this lack of willpower by scheduling your tasks for when your self-control is at its peak, and for most people that's in the morning, before exhaustion. So if you find that you're always studying for the test just before you sleep after a long hard day, but you're really tired, then try doing it in the morning. And the second thing, distractions. Your environment, the complexity or difficulty of a given task, or your own negative thoughts, emotions, or circumstances may all be holding you back. We all know, like while we're studying for a test, we're suddenly fighting demons in our head, or thinking of the craziest comeback, or what to build in your next Minecraft world when you should be studying. So Young recommends practicing mindfulness to maintain a relaxed mental state, because having anxious thoughts and just your mind full of everything, like what the latest TikTok you watch, can keep you from focusing on the task at hand. And the third thing is poor optimization. You might not give your task the right amount of focus. Young explains that focus is influenced by arousal. No, not that type of arousal, but how alert and energized you are. An environment that induces low arousal is typically better suited to complex tasks because it keeps your mind relaxed, like a library. And so you can improve your focus by adapting your environment to give you the optimum level of arousal. If you're going out for the whole day, make a list of the small tasks that don't require a lot of focus for you to do throughout the day, and so save your big tasks like the essay and other things for when you're at library. So this covered the first two principles of ultra learning, and these really genuinely helped me to push me to learn things really quickly and efficiently. If you want me to cover the other principles, just let me know, and if you enjoyed, show some love, and as always, I'll see you next time.